Question 23. Here are the ingredients needed to make 12 shortcakes. 50 grams of sugar, 200 grams of butter, 200 grams of flour, 10 milliliters of milk. Liz makes some shortcakes. She uses 25 milliliters of milk. Part A. How many shortcakes does Liz make? Well, she has 25 milliliters of milk. Each 12 shortcakes take 10 milliliters. So 25 divided by 10 will tell us how many batches of 12 she can make. And that's 2.5. 2.5 batches. So 2.5 times by 12 is 30. So how many shortcakes does Liz make? 30. Part A is worth 2 marks. First mark is if they can see 25 divided by 10 or 2.5. And the second for the answer of 30. You could have also just seen that 10 milliliters is needed for 12 shortcakes. So she's got 25 milliliters, so she can at least make 2 batches, which would be 20 milliliters. And she's got an extra 5 milliliters, which is half. So 2.5 batches. Robert has 500 grams of sugar, 1000 grams of butter, 1000 grams of flour, 500 milliliters of milk. Part B. Work out the greatest number of shortcakes Robert can make. So, how many lots of 50 grams are there in 500 grams? That's going to be 10 batches. But he only has 1000 grams of butter, and it takes 200 grams to make 12 shortcakes. So how many 200s are there in 1000? Only 5. So you can only make 5 batches with that amount of butter. The flour is the same. He has 1000 grams of flour, but he needs 200 grams per batch. So how many 200 grams are there in 1000? 5. 500 milliliters of milk he has. Each batch takes 10 milliliters. So how many batches can he make? 500 divided by 10 is 50 batches. So work out the greatest number of shortcakes Robert can actually make. Well, with this ingredients, he can only make a maximum of 5 batches. And each batch has 12 shortcakes. So therefore, 5 times 12 is 60 shortcakes. And that's it. So part B is worth 2 marks. I'll just write that on the line. 60. Let's have a look at where those 2 marks come from. The first mark comes from any of these. That's 500 divided by 50, 1000 divided by 200, 1000 divided by 200, or 500 divided by 10. Any of those would have got you the first mark. The second mark comes from the final answer of 60. And that's it for question 23.